Where's my voice? Oh my god, that was the worst way to start a live. Like, hi. Yeah, I'm trying to get. I feel like, oh, okay, interesting. Usually there's like more delay, but yeah, it's like few seconds delay, so that's not bad. All right, so how is everyone? Hi guys, hi guys. Just give me some highs. It's been a while. I was gonna do live stream for like maybe once a month or something, and I realized like when I was like setting up for this live stream, and then you can see the past live streams, right? And I was like, the last one was like when I was doing the every week live stream for like 2 months or so, and then I kind of stopped doing that, and that was the last one. I was like, oops. I was gonna do like maybe one or two live streams before then and now, but here we are. And I think that was like spring. That was before summer, right? And now, like, it's way into September. It's like, oh my god, right? Yeah. Aw, thank you for all the birthday wishes. Yeah, I. It's a good thing that like uh, like put the like what can I say? Something in the comment section. I was like testing, and I should be able to like pin the comment, and then I decided to like type in some message, and then asking for you to drop in some questions, so I don't have to think of any topic that I have to talk today. But yeah, and then I'm getting like all the comments before I even start, so yay me. But yeah, and I think I picked a good week, maybe. Like, I'm already up to 24 people. So if you haven't liked the video, please do. We're gonna do like you gotta give me votes towards the end. But yeah, it's September. It's already September. I don't know why. I don't know why time flies. Like, I thought it was like 2022 just started, and I was like, can you guys hear me? Okay. Yeah. So I was doing all the live streams before, and then I stopped doing that, so I forgot to bring my camera, and I was already on the way here earlier, and I'm like, shit. I forgot the camera, so I'm just using the webcam built into my laptop, so I know the resolution is not good at all, so sorry about that. But for me, maybe it's better if I have like a little blur. You know what I mean? Because like it's Saturday night, like it's 10:30 in Japan, so I'm maybe exhausted. I had a long day today. I had class from I had a long day. I was like, I started from 11 a.m. So well, people usually start their work like around like 8 or 9, right? But I started like 11 a.m. I was like, I had to come in there very early today. But yeah. Oh, wait, you guys can hear me? Okay, good. Yeah, I just did a live stream in Japanese yesterday on TikTok. So now like I'm back to normal like YouTube live stream. So I'm very feeling comfortable. Yeah, like TikTok is like completely different world, so I have to kind of get used to it. It's sadly for YouTube, you can kind of choose like if you're going to leave this as a archive videos or not. But for TikTok, everything's going to get like disappear. So that's kind of sad. But I think I should start reading some comments. I want more comments. I actually like I as far as like I've seen, like I'm getting a lot of like happy birthday and omedeto and things like that. So thank you guys. Thank you. And then audio is good. It's good. Cake doko. I love cake. I'm not really big fan of cake. When I was little, I like cake, like as a usual amount. Like I don't love cake, but like, cake, birthday cake, right? As a kid, I was eating chocolate cake or cheesecake. There's like a one time like phase that I went through that I just love cheesecake, but then I'm over it. And now, I don't know. And then like back then I was like, somebody said like, I don't like cake. Like, what? You know, like people do like cake. Like it's cake. No one hates cake. But then there are some people like, I don't like cake. And now I prefer. Oh yeah, that was like my friend back in college. Right. And then was it like her birthday party or maybe farewell party? I have no idea. And then we were planning on throwing a party at her apartment because we didn't need anywhere else to go. And I was like, hey, we're just gonna use her apartment for her party. And then somebody told us that like she doesn't like cake, and so we decided to get a cookie cake, which was my first experience to have a cookie cake. I don't think there is a cookie cake in Japan. Never seen it before. But yeah, so cookie cake was good enough. It's cake. It's a giant cookie, right? And then what is it? And then yeah, but nowadays like cake is fine, but like I would love ice cream cake. But yeah, cake. So and it's so funny that like okay, I think I can just reveal all the secrets and everything. It's not really a secret. The very I can see I can't see it here. I can see this one on the iPad. But yeah, the very first question. Thank you. Are you getting married? I'm not, but my brother is actually getting married. Well, if you're following on Patreon, then you probably know I like it was like kind of old news, but that was like seriously crazy. I'm talking like yay my birthday, but like well my birthday is not actually until next Tuesday. I was born on the 13th, so we have a little more like a few more days. So I can still say that I'm in my 20s. Last couple days of like as 20s. So yay 29. I'm gonna be like 30. But anyway, so okay, couple of like crazy story that I have two little brothers, and well, both of them are all adults already. And how can I say? The middle one is a geek, science dude, right? And then like nerd. And the youngest one is more into like sports kind of thing. He's like very muscular, and he's one of like those like bodybuilder type. And last month, when I was actually in Tokyo, I got a text message from my mom saying like my youngest brother became champion in the like physique contest competition. And like what, right? Like he's the champion of all Japan. I'm like that's cool, right? And then a couple hours later my mom left me like 11 messages, and I was like right? And then she was like, hey, your brother, the other brother, the science dude, is going to get married. It's like, what? Like, did he even have a girlfriend? So that was the kind of like huge family news the past month. And then so in Japan we have 3-4 days of not like national holidays, but like the time when they take like a summer vacation called obon. And that usually supposed to mean that like you go back to your like parents' house, and then you visit the your ancestors' graves and clean them, and then kind of get together with the relatives and whatnot type. And but because of that, many people come back to their hometown. And so my brother decided to come home during that time, and then it was like first time that we had to do the whole like a not like family dinner type, but we had to kind of invite the his fiance into the house, and then we had a little tea time. So I can see that like everyone is like losing interest because like the number of the viewership is going like down and down and down. But yeah, so since somebody asked me, like I can't read his or her name, trans something. Yeah, sorry, I can't pronounce her name. But yeah, no, I'm not getting married, but my brother is. Next question. Like I was like, I'm not gonna take questions. I'm just gonna read off all the comments and whatnot. But okay, so here is, hey, happy birthday. It's mine too. Oh, your birthday too. Great day. Great day to have a birthday. Well, actually, today is not my birthday. It's my birth month. Yeah. Porker. Happy birthday, Sherry. Thank you. George, happy birthday to you, Cherry from Argentina. Cool. Enjoy your day with your family and friends. Thank you. Dave, all the best people have birthdays in September. Really? Maybe. I don't know. I don't know anyone who. Well, I have a couple of students who were born in September, but I don't think. Yeah, my I don't know if this counts, but my mom's birthday is also in September. So, uh, Sachin, hope you had an awesome birthday with friends and loved ones. Sending positive vibes from Boston. MA, where is MA? Boston is where? Which state? I have no idea. Sorry, geography. USA. Sorry, I was like, I'm not gonna read it, but like, are you out celebrating on Saturday night? Well, actually, it's not my birthday, but yeah, Saturday night. But like Saturday, I have to work, so I work. Like Saturday is like longest hours, I will say, because like kids are home, right? So kids go out for the lessons and whatnot, like swimming lessons, piano lessons, and all that. So Saturday, I have to work. She's finally 20. Yeah, I'm 20. Yay, 20. Yeah, you have to add 10. Happy birthday. Thank you. A lot of people have birthday today. Wow. What is your birthday wishes? I don't know. My birthday wishes? Well, to be honest, I don't like to wish. I want to, like, wish is something, well, wish is, how can I say? You can't do anything with the wishes, you know what I mean? Like, you can wish for it, but you never know. It's up to, like, literally, it's up to God type of thing, And so I would like to work to get to some point, or to where, or to my dream or whatever. So I don't like to wish for anything, because when I was like little, I was always wishing for something. Of course, like, oh, I wish I like blah blah blah, but nothing came true. But things that I worked on, almost all the things came true. Like, I was raised in the family is like a mediocre family with like 3 siblings. And so my mom, my dad, they told me that they don't have enough money to send me to school overseas, but we somehow managed, because I study hard, and then I apply for the scholarship, and then if you use your brain and if you work hard, and it's possible. But I didn't wish for it. But if I could wish for something, I don't know. Like, I kind of want to be, well, okay, there's something I can wish for it. So I was it like the second video from last, I think. The last video was when I went to Hiroshima. But before that, yeah, last video. Here. Last video, I think I included a little business meeting with the guy, but the whole purpose was for me to expand my English school business nationwide. And to begin with, first I have to finally hire a full-time worker, full-time English teacher. So that's what I'm working on at the moment. So I'm doing a couple of interviews right now. I have a few finalists, and yeah, we kind of have to start working towards getting the like applying for the visa and whatnot to start from next year. So yeah, like once that's done, and hopefully I will land on a good person. But um yeah, I'll be working with the person. I don't know who it's going to be, but so that I will have more time to work on other stuff, and then maybe thinking of opening the second place, third place, and then I can expand it to outside of Ehime. And so my goal is to have at least one my English school in each prefecture. So which means 47 prefectures in Japan. So at least 47. Yeah. But then I kind of want to aim 100. So 2 or 3 per prefecture, maybe. But well, it doesn't have to go that far, but still, like I'm kind of wishing. So yeah, somebody might ask the question that I was gonna say, so I will just like hold off because I don't want to like say everything within like the first 20 minutes, and I was like I don't have anything else to say, so I try not to talk too much. I'm just gonna save it for later. Anything else? Anything else? Will you celebrate something sometime with your family and friends? Well, actually, I did a little celebration with friends. Actually, I did a little early, like 1 month early birthday party with my friends, and so I think I'm just gonna celebrate with my mom because my mom was born in September as well. We only have like 3 days difference. Like I was born the 13th, and then my mom is the 16th. So almost every year, like we just go out to like nice restaurant and then have lunch or something together. So that might be it. Yeah. Are newer generations better with English? No. In Japan, right? No. Mm, mm. Okay. So their newer generation, I mean, like younger kids are better in English in terms of passing tests. Yes. But it's tests, right? So it's not, communication and then whatnot. So the kids who pass these tests in my school, they tend to speak better, like talk better. But if they go to like a juku place, and they will learn everything in Japanese because that's quicker, that's faster, that's quicker. And Japanese kids are always busy with like cram school after cram school, and then like they have to do the club activities and the other like swimming lesson, piano lessons, and all that kind of thing. So they're too busy, and so it's easier for them to just learn everything in Japanese and then like translate everything and just like choose the right answer. So those kids, they cannot speak English. But yeah, Japanese people are basically good at tests anyway. Yeah, they test well typically, because like if you go into like high school, I would say you will have some kind of test every single weekend. Yeah, they go to school on weekend, even Saturday, Sunday. Yeah, no break, no break. So, so many certificates. Yeah, so many certificates. We have like about 100 certificates. All my students. Happy birthday, happy day, happy birthday. Singing happy birthday song. Thank you. Patreon squad. Nice, Tobias. Thank you. Toby, how's the interviewing going for the job offer you posted on Twitter a couple weeks ago? Is there still time to apply? You can apply. You can apply, definitely. Yeah. So How is it going? It's very interesting. Um, because I don't just how can I say? Well, I will say my hiring process is like very simple enough that you reach out and then I'll just give you the not requirements but like just send me the CV and cover letter, and then the cover letter has to include this maybe like 3 points or something, and then I'm not gonna give you any tips because if I give you tips, then you know how to beat that, the first screening. And so I cannot, like choose the right person for me. However, I have some like tricks uh, embedded into the very, very first screening. So I would say, sadly, half of the people cannot pass the first screening. It's not like tests or anything. I don't even look at the what is it? Resume. Yeah, it just I just go through the cover letter, not so much in detail, and then once you pass the first screening, and then I will give you the questionnaire that just include like important questions about the visa and then whatnot, because like I have to be able to the like sponsor, but there are certain things like if you are like there might be the possibility you are not qualified to be sponsored for work visa in Japan. So I just picked up like a few questions from the website, like a visa application form, and then I put it on the questionnaire and like some question about teaching and whatnot. And then as long as you get back to me by the deadline, and if you're not doing anything wrong, like with the questionnaire, then you will be able to get an appointment to have an interview with me. However, there are actually few people who email me on the day or the day before to reschedule the already set interview. And yeah, I understand if it's like a family emergency or whatnot, but it's just like, oh, I was like so busy this week and I can't I don't think I can make it to the interview, and I'm sorry. Because like it sounds harsh, but I do that because you have to be responsible for one school. So that's the big difference. Like it's not like you will be just like one little like working ants of the big corporation and anything. If you're working for me, that means you will be having a like strong connection with me. Like you will be the like one of the most important employees, and we will be speaking on this like how can I say, like it's not like I order you to do something. It's more like I like we kind of like discuss here and there like what's the best way to teach, because like teaching methods can vary, and I'm very open-minded person. And so yes, we have like textbooks and whatnot because I don't want teachers to use their personal time to prepare for the materials and whatnot. I want my teachers to do the minimum of work and then overtime, and then they just like I want them like to enjoy their life in Japan, like because that's the whole purpose of it. Like you want to come to Japan, and then yeah, because to live you have to work. So here I am, like you can work with me. Then so I want like, and then you will be the how can I say, you will be assigned to one school. Like like if you are here, you will be able like this is your office. No one else is gonna come in, and so it sounds awesome. There's no boss around. You can like come in anytime you want. I mean, like you have classes, so like you have to come in for the class, of course. But like, I don't care if you come in for like Sunday and then like do little things. That's completely fine. I'm like destroy this place. You know what I mean? So, but if you can't even come for the interview, and you have to reschedule that, then there is a huge question, like, what if like you start working by yourself and you just don't feel like coming in, and you just call in sick, right, on that day, like 5 minutes before you were supposed to be in, and kids will be late waiting out, like, outside a door. That's not acceptable. So that's the one thing that I have to be kind of harsh on, because I can kind of see the future, you know. So that's all. Like, other than that, it's not that. Yeah, it's not that difficult. What are we talking about? I've got 5 more years until the big 3-0. Nice, cat. What was I doing when I was 25? Yeah. When I was 25, I got this office. That's right. Yeah, because like until I was 25, I was kind of like debating myself if this was going to be the path that I wanted to take. Like, being my own boss and running in a Kaiwa school. And yeah, because like renting out an office and then like furnish the place and all that is kind of an investment. You know what I mean? And so it's not like you only need to pay the rent. It's just like you have to have some like huge chunk of money as a deposit. And so first you have to kind of you know save the money, and after you have enough money, but you have to jump all in. You know what I mean? You can't quit in like next couple of years, otherwise you won't get that profit, right? And so I had to be very, very, very invested into this. So I gave myself about 5 years before I actually moved out here and then got an office. So yeah, 25, I got the office, and then I got the car. My not first car, the second car. The first car I got it as a used car, and it was like 5 years old, and yeah, it was like crappy car like ever you can get. Like it only had like two doors, and then it doesn't have the electric windows, so you have to like roll it up, roll it down kind of thing. And so it was like a very, very ugly car, but that was like the first car I ever could afford. So, and then I upgraded to a brand new car, the blue car. And so yeah, that was like, oh, when I was 25, right? And then that time my goal was to incorporate my business when I turned 30. So that was going to be my birthday, like present for myself. Well, something that I have to work for it. But I was like, well, like once I was able to keep my business as it is, the next 5 years from 25 to 30, then I will incorporate my business. But because of like, it's not like I'm earning like chunk of money or anything, but like if you have to balance it out with the your situation, and then also the what is it the how much money you're making and taxes and whatnot. So it was like, for me, it was better to incorporate the business a little earlier than I thought. So I did that last year before I turned 29. So technically I became the CEO when I was 28. Yeah. So you can do a lot of things at the age of 25. So you can do anything. You can be anything. Do you have any plans to do more videos with Norm? It's so fun watching you guys. Yeah, that was the first video. Like, if you haven't seen it, go over it after this. Don't leave now. Okay. It's up there forever. So don't leave now. But was it? It was like about a month ago. Yeah, Norm released the video with us going to Kyoto. And it was a crazy journey. Like, we haven't done anything since, like, it was like first time that we saw each other after the pandemic started. So like almost like 2.5 years, I think. And then we decided to take the bullet train from Tokyo to Kyoto. And then actually Well, I don't know about you guys, but like for Japanese people, like people who were born and raised in Japan, Kyoto, like Nara, or those places are kind of like um, school trip places. So when you were in middle school and you have like a 2 days, 3 days school trip before you graduate, and in elementary school you go to many places, like you go to Hiroshima or you go to like fun places, right? But for somehow for middle school, every school goes to Kyoto, and we are supposed to learn some like Japanese history or culture, like going around the temples and whatnot. Pretty boring for 13, 14, 15 year olds. You know what I mean? And but that's something that we have to do. And so, well, I mean, like, like golden temples and like, Kiyomizu temple, like, yeah, like things that we have seen in textbooks, sure. But that's the image of Kyoto. You know what I mean? For me. So I've never gone back to Kyoto after that. No, I don't think so. Never. Yeah. So, but this time I was like, okay. And then there was like, we were going to Kyoto. I was like, cool. Don't have any, personal connection to that place. But then we visited like completely different places. We drove like not hours. Well, yeah, it was like hours and hours. Yeah, hours and hours in the mountains and like kind of creepy places with like it was light out, so it was good, but lots of mosquito bites. Yeah, yeah. He should have warned me. I could have like spray myself with the like mosquito repellents, but I got so many mosquito bites. Ugh. And then they're like always like warning sign of bears, like bears. But yeah, luckily we didn't see any. But yeah, like we visited two shrines. Are those shrines? Yeah, two shrines and then one bridge. It was the scariest bridge I ever, I didn't even, did we walk? Yeah, we walked on the one bridge and then we drove on the one. And then we got attacked by like big ass wasps or whatever it's called. Ugh. But yeah, yeah, hopefully we can do some like videos together. But he's super busy. Like now, like his YouTube video is kind of like a work, like it's all scheduled and all that. So it's not like, before that we all had different jobs and like, hey, yay, wow, great, fun. It's not like that. So yeah, I guess like, there is the upside of becoming a like full-time YouTuber, but there is also downside. It becomes like more kind of like a scheduled job, I guess. But yeah, it's completely after norm. I'm just enjoying YouTube. I'm not very like super serious about it. So it's not like I have to get views or anything like that. Like I'm just gonna chill. I'm just gonna make some videos. You know. Actually, I have like a couple days off the end of this month, so I'm thinking of making video. Lots of otanchobi omedetou. How Japanese people celebrate their birthday? I guess like a lot of people go out for dinner. I guess. For kids, we don't do birthday parties where you invite your friends to your house. We don't do that. So strictly family, I would say. Still think cloning yourself best option. Yeah, I want to do that. I really want to do that. Oh, there's somebody who is in Matsuyama. Happy birthday from fellow Matsuyama. Eight. Matsuyama T. What? I don't. Can't read. My son's 21st birthday as well. Oh wow! See, like a lot of people. A lot of people are born in September. Can't read that. Any big plans for the weekend? Not really. Not really. Yeah. I'm an indoor person. I'm an indoor person. So, well, but my mom is a kind of like I want to go for like dinner or something. It's like, sure. I don't know if we're gonna do that or not. We might get lunch or something. Wow, so many certificates. Are they all yours? No, they're all my students. There are like about 100 of them. It's all Aiken though. I taught a girl who is in AK Pre-2 and her writing is still, I like this over this. I have two reasons. First, it's fun. Second, this is other reason. That's why I prefer this. Yeah, it has to be like that. For Aiken, there's a specific structure. You hate it. I hate it. It's nothing natural, but this is the right way to write and to get a good grade. That's all. There is for Aiken writing exam. I don't like. I think there's like other people who are like also teaching English and like school owners and whatnot. So like if you are teaching English in Japan and if you have taught Aiken before, and then you would understand this. But so that's what that's what I said before, that Japanese kids are good at tests because they study the how to get better score, right? And then that's why we have a lot of jukus and then like and stuff. So and then that's what I meant by those kids, even if they pass like grade pre-2 or like grade 2 even, but they can't speak well because there is a set of rules how to get good grades in writing exam, like essay exam. So like I like to do this. I have two reasons. First, blah blah blah. Second, blah blah blah. Thus, blah 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 blah. So that's the only way. That's the only way. Yeah. So like for the interview too, like people are like, but we have like in Aiken we have interview test. Then as long as they pass, that means they can communicate in English, right? Like no, so I have struggled with some of my students who prepare for Aiken exam, and then when we are preparing for interview exam, it's very tough because my students understand how to speak English more naturally. When I ask them, let's say like, how did you get here? And then they're like, by car, right? But you have to say like, I came by car or something like that. That's a really bad example. Let me think of something else. Okay. Okay, so like for the interview, you have to knock on the door, and they have to say, "May I come in?" And then that's like some like manner that you have to use for Aiken. I have to think of some like good one. I don't know, like it doesn't sound natural. You know what I mean? And like it's a communication. If someone asks you like, what's your favorite book? And then you can say like blah blah, right? But you have to be able to, like, because like somebody asks you what's your favorite book, you have to say my favorite book is blah blah blah, right? And they're very picky about like tenses and then like have or has or things like that. It's just like it's like small things. Yeah, I really can't give you like good example. I thought I could, but I can't. But anyway, it's not. It doesn't like it's like very test English, you know. Question about this employee you're hiring. Is it for Matsuyama area? Right now, yes. So as I said, I'm going to expand my business to the nationwide. So my goal is that the reason because that I'm trying to get like at least one school in each prefecture is that once you come to Japan, you want to enjoy Japan. You don't want to stuck in one place, right? Well, like if you want, that's fine. Like if you go like 2-3 places and then like you like it here and then you just want to spend the rest of the years like there, 10 years, 20 years, that's fine, that's your choice. But if you want to go around places, but even if you are working for a in the same industry like a kaiwa business, depending on where you work, it's completely different job, right? The age that you have to deal with is different. Your boss is different. Depending on the company, what their focus is different. Their priority is different. So, and they have to like do the job interview every time. They have to send application form and then all that kind of thing, right? So it's very very stressful. So my goal is that like you come in, well, like you will get like 1 year contract, right? And then you first like you want to come to Matsuyama, let's say, or if you want to go to Tokyo, that's fine. And then for the next year, you feel like you want to, like, because you live in the countryside long enough, like 1 year is long enough, and then so you want to go to the city side. So like you just need to submit the form saying like I want to transfer, and then basically what I want to do is like you do like a big swap of teachers. Then you know exactly what you have to do because it's the same company, and we share the same textbooks and then curriculum and everything. So you don't really have to think of anything. You just like just need to like how can I say? You just need to ask for the transfer. If you get approved, then you just move on. And you can actually enjoy your life because you know what to do with the work. So you don't have to focus too much on work. You get what you mean? So, but I have to start with Matsuyama because my school here is in Matsuyama. Yeah. So from here, I'm going to expand it so that anyone can apply for any location. So that's my goal. Yeah. It's kind of like, it's kind of like a, how can I say? Like a chain that I'm trying to look for, like franchise, but it's not actually franchise because if it's a franchise, you will be the owner of one store or school. But then first you have to pay a lot of money to become the franchise owner. And the franchise business is basically designed so that the main office, me in this case, the headquarter will get a lot of money, and you just get pennies. And then it's not, how can I say, it's not stable because you are one employer. Like you are your own boss, and I don't care how many hours you work, you are not protected by the labor law because you are the owner. So we are kind of business partners, and I give you the permission to use my name and then my textbooks and then my strategy and whatnot because you are paying some fees. And in that case, you are not protected. You might lose big, but you might win big. So if you like that kind of gambling style, yeah, you can. But for the visa, that's another story. So maybe it's a good business for Japanese person, but maybe not for the foreigners who need a visa sponsorship. But in my case, what I want to try to do is that like the model, it looks like a franchise. So you will get your own office. You will be you will be your own boss, and you will take care of the school, and then that's it. But you are a full-time worker, so you will be protected by the labor law, and you will get the monthly payment like salary, and yeah. So yeah. That's all. So it's like very risky for me. Like for me, it's better if I can do just like, oh, okay, you look good. And I give you everything that you need, give you money, and then you do whatever you need to do. I don't care, right? And then I don't care if you work 24/7. Yeah, that's 100 times easier than following all the labor law and then take care of you. And then even if you don't have enough students and I'm suffering because I'm not getting enough income to support your life, but you get either way, you get the money, because you are a full-time worker. I can't adjust the payment depending on how well you're doing. You know what I mean? So, but I just thought the franchise business don't really make sense to me for this business model. Ta 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 ta. I can be responsible for a school. I have organizational psychology background and have counseling and mentoring skill. That's a lot. That's a lot. Plus, no basic Japanese. Is there still chance for an interview? Yeah, you can send me email. Is there an email? I will just leave I'll put the email address in the description box after the live streaming. But yeah, you can shoot me emails, and then as long as I mention hey, you said that you can you said that you can send the email, tell me what to do, and I'll just give you the instructions. Yeah. Hi, Shiori. Just wanted to wish you happy birthday. Thank you. General question about Japan. How was the news being received about Queen Elizabeth's passing? That's very recent. I was touched by messages of sympathy from Japanese friends on Twitter the last few days. I feel like nothing that you would hope to be. I saw one article on the internet. It was very brief. It was all the facts, and then I saw the brief TV news the following day, on the same day. Yeah, not so much grieving or anything. It's just we take it as the news. Yeah, as a fact. Ooh, do you want iPhone 14? No, I don't. Because I don't do any shooting with this anymore. So this is iPhone 11. And then that time already iPhone 12 came out, maybe even iPhone 13. But I was like, yeah, I don't care. Give me cheapest one possible. Well, I need this size, but still. Yeah, no 14. Thanks for the words of encouragement. I'm still not where I wanted to be in life 100%, but I'm trying my best. Yeah, that's fine. You're not going to be 100% satisfied. I thought the past 10 years, well, more like my entire life, I think. I thought if I reached this point, I'll be satisfied. Let's say I passed this exam, I'll be satisfied. Or let's say I pass ACAN grade 1, I'll be satisfied. I'll be confident about my English skills. Or if I study abroad, I'll be satisfied. If I start my own company, I'll be satisfied. If I have my own office, if I hire employees, I'll be satisfied. No, never. So the situation changes, and so you are interested in new things, and that's a good thing. And then when you need to even without, I feel like first I thought that I had to find final position, where I supposed to be in 5 years, 10 years, whatever, at the end of my life. I don't care. But that doesn't exist. If you feel like you're settling down, that's the place that you settle down. So I could have settled down when I was just doing English school thing at home. No rent, no risk. And then I was just handling a handful of students. And I was making a living. I wasn't suffering. I wasn't poor. And I could have stayed there. But I wasn't satisfied. And then I got an office. and now I have like close to like 100 students, and I hire, employees. Like I have staff, and then I have the second office, and then all that. And I could have stopped here. And I'm trying to expand my business nationwide. Yeah. So if I feel like settling down, I will, but it's like never be 100%. Never. If you're ambitious, no. And that's fine. Because like being 100% where you want to be, that's not fun. That's not fun. So, okie dokie. I watched the video. Yeah, Kyoto video. Yeah, we walked around the forest. But the bears, and then hello. And we are kind of at the end of the comments. Yay. I wish I can send you a birthday present. That's okay. Yeah, like I've got a couple of not like gift, but like cars, and then like somebody sent me some like children books for my students. That was like very generous. But it has to come through a Tokyo Creative. So it's a long journey. Like they have to receive it, and then they have to change the address, and they have to send it to me. Before it was like a lot easier because I used to go to Tokyo very often. So like whenever I go, they deliver to me, hand deliver to me there. But now it's like, they have to send it here and blah, blah, blah. So don't worry about the gift. こんばんは。I was like, getting tired. Little, I should slow down. It sounds risky but exciting. I have no idea what. Yeah. Probably made sense when I was talking, but like I'm like way behind the comments, so like I don't know which one we're talking about. Happy birthday! Thank you. Some kind of traveling teachers. Yeah. Happy birthday! Thank you. Yay! Finally, I went there. I'm glad. I'm really glad that you guys gave some comments. TikTok is slow, so. And then I actually had some like questions on Instagram. I think I should take a look. Cavondas? Sorry. Happy birthday. Been watching your video since 2019. Thank you. Somebody, who is it? Somebody was like, yeah, I've been watching your video since like I was in high school. And now I'm like 20, like something. And like, wow, that's long. That's really long years. Yeah. Like when you're in your 20s or like 30s or something, and you really don't realize how big of a difference your 5 years, 10 years are, but when you were in middle school, elementary school, high school even, 1 year, 2 years matter. Yeah. Any future trips planned in Japan or abroad? Henderson 234. Not much. Not much. I did a big hi Sam. Happy birthday, Sherry. Thank you. I was honestly thinking of going to the States around January, February next year. Personal reasons, but probably not. I haven't gotten my booster shot yet, and to cross borders, you kind of have to. And I've been trying to make the reservation, but Japan is really bad at this kind of stuff. So you can't. Like there is supposed to be an online like site where you type in your code and then whatnot, and then you can log in, and then it's got all the record of your shots, and then you can make the further appointments, right? And but everyone is saying that the third one was kind of the worst. So just in case, not like not be not to be too stupid about this. And like the other time, the like I get a shot and the next day I have to work kind of situation. I try to like manage the schedule well enough that I don't have to work the next day, which means I'm only off on Sunday and Monday, which means there's no place that I can get a shot on Sundays. And so, but I can't get a shot on Monday, then I have to work the Tuesday. So I'm trying to get the time where I can take some several days off. So like I can get like Monday, like shot on Monday, and then maybe work on take a day off on Tuesday or something. However, the site is there, and then you click on the calendar, and then there's like maybe 1 or 2 days in entire month that they accept the reservation, the appointment, and I'm like, doesn't work. People work, So I haven't gotten my booster shots, and it's kind of tricky to go abroad. Yeah. Okay, it's Mr. Toby. Do you see yourself moving to bigger city in future, or do you prefer living in the inaka? I prefer big city. And I am planning on moving to a big city after I have enough eikaiwa schools. Then I don't have to run it myself. Yeah. Because it's not like the cost of living in general is a lot cheaper if you live in the countryside, of course. And I'm fine living in the countryside, but I want to be on the main island because that gives me more option to go around to many prefectures. So if I want to expand my business even more, then I have to move to mainland, not in Shikoku. Like just living and then maybe like going out for vacation here and there. Shikoku is not a bad place. You can probably get the twice as big of an apartment for the same price where you get an apartment in Tokyo or Osaka. So it's a great deal. The food, everything is very cheap. Yeah, and if you live in like Matsuyama is not a bad place. That if you live in like far in the downtown and you don't even need to own a car. Yeah, but yeah, but yeah, for business purposes, probably you need to be in the big city. And then when somebody's like, "Hey, let's meet up," like it's stock business or something, and then you want to be able to just like grab a train and then go there. Ooh, the lightning count. How will you celebrate his birthday? Not much. Not much. I celebrated already with friends in August, so not doing anything big. Tell us about your new car, Ruben. Yes, I got a new car. It's in Patreon. But I was not going to get a new car. I was gonna just sell my current car, and I was gonna actually move to downtown Matsuyama in an apartment and all, where I don't need to drive around myself. Because keeping a car in Japan is super duper expensive, like ridiculously expensive. So I decided not to get a car because it's probably a different story when it comes to like big cities, but in Ehime at least, you can pretty much get a apartment find apartment with the same amount that you would spend on cards. Even if you get the cheap car, the buying the car is not the difficult part. The keeping the car is. So there you have to pay for of course the parking space, and then you have to pay for your entrance, and then you have to pay the taxes, and then you have to cover the inspection fees that comes every other year, and then that adds up to like couple, like like inspection alone is like at least minimum $1,000. And on top of that, let's say like your tires need to get changed, or your wipers need to get changed, or any broken parts, it adds up, right? And then I think car insurance is like a little cheaper than the States. However, still, it's about like at least like $1,000 per year or something, right? So easily you can get like 600, 500, $600 apartment, and that's good enough money to get a nice one in Matsuyama. So that was my plan. However, I decided to. That was before I was thinking of expanding my business that big, and so I was like, I have a little money here and there that I can spend. So like, if it's better if I just like spend on an apartment and get myself a place to live, rather than like getting the new car. But then things change. So now it's better for me to just like get a car that's cheap enough for me to keep, and then still live in my old house, and then try to save all the money possible, because there's a possibility I will not be getting enough salary for myself the next year. Yeah, I have to probably live off my savings the next year. So that's the gamble that I'm trying to pull, because once I hire, that's the responsibility that you have. That's the risk that you have when you own your own company. So when you win big. But when you lose big, right? And so for the employee that I will be hiring, he or she is going to get the money, whatever the situation that I'm having. It's a separate topic, right? So their life is guaranteed. Their life salary is protected. Mine is not. So when the business crashed down, I all get the sacrifice, and the money that I was supposed to get has to go to the employee. That's how the world works, how the business works, right? And so I have to be very, very careful about the money at the moment. And yeah, the simplest solution was to get the car as cheap as possible. And I actually wanted to keep my current car, but this new car is actually cheaper than my current car, because like I have a little bit of loan left, and so in order to pay that back, uh, we did a lot of calculations, and it's better for me to sell that car, because right now, because of the COVID, kind of thanks to the COVID, the price for used car gone up in Japan. So selling a used car is very good deal at the moment. Buying a used car is not. Then I could get a brand new car, but I will be actually paying about the same amount as I'm currently paying. And if I didn't sell the car, I have to fix many parts, and then I have to go through the inspection and everything, and I have to, pay back the loan, and it adds up, and then eventually the cost was a little bit more than getting the new car. So I was like, okay, I'm just gonna get the new car. So that's what's happening. So I didn't choose for the looks or anything. It's just like, I'm trying to get the affordable car. Was that the last question here? Yeah. The question wise, yeah, that was the last one over here. I'll be done soon though. I'm just gonna go through the comments and then probably done. I'll be good like very sleepy. It's been like about an hour, right? Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna drink some green tea. That's Kyoto. Kyoto. Yeah, mo. Ah. East Coast or West Coast are views in potential visit. So I was actually going to visit Texas. Why? Because there's a lab. Not the kind of lab that you might be thinking. So there is a lab, uh, a place they make diamonds out of ashes, and I was going to bring my dog's ashes and turn into diamonds, and so not like whole thing because that's too much, just like a little bit, and then I was gonna, you know, wear it, but and I could just like ship it, like they will just it comes in mail, and I already talked to the person, and she was like, yeah, if you want to visit, you can, like if you want to make video about it, that's fine. I thought that was like a very interesting experience, so I was gonna visit and then maybe make video about it. But it's Texas, so I kind of need a company. You know what I mean? I don't want to go there by myself. If it's like a big city like New York or like Los Angeles or something like that, I can go by myself, and I can potentially visit like my Missouri because I was there, so I kind of know the way around it. However, Texas, maybe not. Yeah, a little scary. Sketchy area, maybe. Yeah. Would you call a city like Hiroshima countryside? Okay, so there is a definition about. Actually, I had a little chat with this person who seems to live in Japan quite long, and then she probably speaks a perfect Japanese and also English, maybe half. I don't know. And I think I called Matsuyama countryside, and then she was like, "Yeah, Matsuyama is not countryside. Like it's not inaka. Like you've got all the transportations and you got all the buildings and everything, so it's not inaka." And I was like, "But." So there is a word in Japanese called chiho, chiho, and inaka is countryside, but there is no word like translation for chiho. Chiho is basically means everywhere but Tokyo. Tokyo is the center of Japan, and everywhere, even including like Fukuoka and Osaka and those big cities, when you step one step out of Tokyo, and that's Chiho. And Chiho kind of have the meaning of the countryside, but that doesn't mean that there are only like just mountains and no people. You know what I mean? Yeah. So there's no direct translation. So what I'm saying, like it's a countryside, it means like Chiho. So I'm saying it's not Tokyo. And when Japanese people, like imagine when they hear the word city, like city, Tokai, then probably they would say Tokyo, Osaka. Those are two big cities. And then after that, like depending on the person maybe, but like people might mention like Nagoya, and then Fukuoka, and then maybe Sendai. Sendai is a pretty big city too. And yeah, So Hiroshima is very similar to Matsuyama. We have streetcars and Hiroshima too, but because Hiroshima is very popular because of the atomic bomb and everything, like it's well known worldwide, so can be city, but Hiroshima, Matsuyama pretty similar. Yeah. But yeah. Happy 21st birthday, Sherry. Thank you. Thank you so much. Kyoto, yeah, Sam, thank you. Kyoto. But Kyoto is bankrupting, so I don't know. They don't have money. Kyoto is not like city. Kyoto is the historical town. City. Yeah, Kyoto is like a little different category. Like Kyoto, Nara. Yeah, Kobe can be city. Yeah. So anyway, it's been an hour. So I will. Yeah, bankrupt. Yeah. Kyoto is going bankrupt, yo. They don't have money. They made a huge mistake on like estimating how much they will be getting on taxes when they develop the what is it, the transportations and everything. But actually, people are not staying in Kyoto, and so they're all like they have a lot of like elderlies who are just receiving pensions and then not like working and then pay taxes. And there are some students who also don't pay taxes. So yeah, apparently Kyoto is going bankrupt. Well, like they're not gonna bankrupt, but technically on the book. Yeah. Okay, so okay. Now I'm like getting a lot of lot of comments. Okay, so I'm just gonna answer 2 more questions and it'll be done. I'm very grateful that you guys keep feeding me with lots of questions. I love it. Hey Sherry, can you give me advice in learning the Japanese language I've always wanted to learn? Well, Japanese is a very complicated language just because we have hiragana, katakana, and kanji. So, but speaking is pretty easy. Like tense wise, we only have present tense and past tense. There's no future tense. You just need to add tomorrow or next week, and then it suddenly becomes future tense, right? But depending on your goal is like if you want to communicate with Japanese people and just start speaking, like start maybe do some online game or something. I don't know. If you're fine with like making some like grammatical error, but still like you can understand what the other person's saying, like communicate, and if that's what you're looking for. And then speaking Japanese is not that difficult, right? You just need to like remember some phrases, right? And then, however, like if your goal is to work in Japan, or like if you want to work in Japan, you definitely have to get JLPT. And if you're going to work outside of English teaching industry, they have to have at least N2. Like N2, N1. Without that, even if you are an IT guy and you only job that you will be doing is just coding, doesn't matter. Japanese company don't want to hire you. So what you need to do is that you need to be able to read Japanese. And since speaking is easy, a lot of people jump onto speaking, right? And then once they are able to speak Japanese good enough, people are too lazy to go back and then start with hiragana, katakana, kanji, and all that. So I will say, usually for language learning, you have to start with like listening and speaking. But for Japanese, strictly, and maybe Chinese too. The Chinese pronunciation is like a little different. difficult. But definitely Korean's writing is very easy. So like you should start with Korean, like the writing. But for Japanese, you should start with hiragana and then move on to katakana and then kanji. And then you should be able to read anything. Because like in English, A is not A. Sometimes it's pronounced A, sometimes it's O even. There are and sometimes A. There are many ways to read. But in Japanese, if it's A, it's always A, right? If you can read hiragana, you can read anything, right? So start with that, I think. Yeah. Which one was it? Is the atmosphere of Japan very different now after the Abe tragedy? I feel like it's not on daily basis, but as a whole, feel like people started to realize that the Japan also had issues with religion because, well, it's more like a cult, but Japanese people like to play it as if nothing, like there's the world is very peaceful. Japanese people, you saw the news. They, even for the professionals, they never ever thought that someone would kill the former prime minister with a gun, right? So we are living in a nation where nothing dangerous would ever happen, and we are living in that like a dream. I don't know. And that whole thing was kind of a wake up call for everyone. And but now there's a strong connection. The first couple of day or two, everyone was like, "Oh, this is like in the end of the era. Japan is not safe anymore." But then we were accusing the guy who shot Abe, right? But then there was actually strong connection between Abe and the cult. And now that became more serious issues than anything else. So a lot of I think there was a campaign where people are raising their voices to reduce the sentence for the guy who shot Abe too. So it's a little, I don't know. People are Japanese people are like, we don't have any problem with religions and cult and things like that. Then now it's out in the obvious, I think. But I'm getting so many messages. Should I learn math or Japanese? I don't know. What's your goal? Do you need more English books and stuff for your English schools and offices? I guess not really. Because if I'm just running this office, and then sure, but when you are multiplying your business, it doesn't matter if it's an English school or cupcake shop or flower shop. It doesn't really matter, but it has to go down to the simplest possible. So yeah, you can collect some books if if let's say new teacher come in and then new teacher wants to display something on here, that's fine, right? But as a business owner who is potentially owning a multiple locations, then I have to bring it down to the simplest as possible. So I'm trying to take out all the sherry essence from the lesson and everything, so that anyone can fill this position, and all the sherry-ness will be in the textbooks that I've been developing the past 3 years. So everyone who take a look at the textbook and then go through some like courses with me or the trainer eventually, and then they will be able to give the like same quality English class as me, and that's the goal. That's what you want. So same thing for the cupcake shop or whatever. You need to bring down like yourness to the recipe or to the structure of the business, and then you take up all the originality out, like something that people can't copy. You can't say like, oh, like there is the like the special ratio of like sugar and the butter or something that only I know. Like you can't do that. You know, that's not like the business that would multiply. So yeah, that's all. What's your favorite English book? I don't know. I haven't really read like these are like ones that I probably have to read, and lots of them are plays. I don't know. Did I read anything in English? I don't think I've ever finished reading. Like I'm not like reader. I'm not a reader. If you're going to learn hiragana and katakana, learn it together as a pair. For example, no, like you can do that, but Japanese kids usually go through like hiragana first, and then katakana because katakana is easy. So first go through all hiragana. You gotta go aiu e o kakiku keko and all that, and also you have to know akasata na hamayara wa. A lot of Japanese people, when you want to maybe sort some paperwork in order, and then there are a bunch of people's names, let's say, and then you have to put it in like alphabetical order, which means aiueojun, and then usually you go like akasata nahamayara wa. So that's like going like to horizontally, not vertically. A lot of people go through like vertically, but like never horizontally, I think. And then like ikishi chi ni himiri, okosoto ukusutu no humuru, ekesete ne hemere, okosoto no homoro. So you're gonna go vertically too. Then you will be able to learn the whole hiragana. And then you just need to apply katakana. Katakana is easy. Do you see the Naruto episode where I'm not anime person? I have no idea what Naruto is. Like I know the picture, like I can like think of it, but that's all I know. When is your next YouTube video will be uploaded to YouTube? I'm thinking the end of this month. Yeah, I have like a little bit of like few days off. Or maybe beginning of next month. Yeah, I have a couple days off the end of this month. So I'm thinking of taking a little trip like within the city, of course. But then I have to edit and whatnot. So probably next month. Yeah. Go enjoy your birthday. End the stream at 70 minutes. Yeah, okay. I'll do that then. Okie dokie. All right, so. It was fun. It was fun. 1 hour and 20 minutes. So thank you for joining. And I'll do that sometime. More often than not. Like I'm too sleepy. Almost 12 o'clock. Okay, that's why. Okie dokie. Before I say anything stupid, I will let you guys go. And I will see you next time then. Thank you for joining. Bye-bye. Bye, people. Bye. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.